Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Hairy Bash. Welcome back to the Hairy Bash. So this is Hairy Muppet. Welcome back to the Hairy Bash. And it is quarter-final of Hairy Bash number 3, the third quarter-final, with meeting up with Petraeus and Hart once again. Petraeus won the first game, and now we're down to the second game. So either Petraeus is going to win this, move on to the semi-finals against Iagoos, or Hart is going to win this and we move on to an ace match. And it's going to be interesting to see which one happens, because I mean, having two Terrans, a Protoss and a Zerg would be sensational in the semi-finals, because usually it's just Zerg everywhere. But if Hart pulls it out, it's going to be interesting. I don't know, man. I mean, I said in the first game that my money was on Petraeus simply because he dominates so hard in the Hairy Bashes. And I probably would have to keep going with that after seeing what happened in the first game. I mean, Petraeus just rushed him so badly. It was like the most beautiful roach rush I've ever seen. Picture this, alright? 10-minute mark. 24 roaches with 1-1 upgrades at Hart's base. That's when Hart gave the GG. So Petraeus just pushed in so hard. Dominated so brutally, and Hart he was harassing, man. He had Banshees, he had Hellions, he had Reapers. He rolled them all into the front of Petraeus' base. Petraeus just sent out 10 roaches and a few queens, and Hart was just like, oh crap. Well, I'm pretty screwed, and the roaches just rolled on, took him out. Unfortunate. So let's see what's going on here. We've got a base coming out, we've got a spawning pool. Hatch first build, so fairly nice. Mr. Hart getting his early expansion out as well, getting a Reaper out. And we will see if this what's going to change here, because Hart, I mean, this is exactly what he did last game. I have no idea if Petraeus is going to do the same thing. We will keep a closer eye on Petraeus to see what he does, because if he's going to go for a Roach Warren again, I am going to keep an eye on his build order. It looks like he's going for Ling speed, so not a super early Roach Warren like before. He is going for a bunch of Lings early on. Here we go, the Ling's starting to come out. Very nice. Bunch of Lings going to come out of there as well. Going to keep this Reaper on its toes for some time, and that should be enough to get it out of there. Looks like Hart is going for Hellion Harass as well. So yeah, he loves his harassment starting point. Whether or not it's going to work this game, I do not know. The only good thing I can say about his harassment play is that Petraeus is going for Ling speed, so if he decides to go for a crap load of Lings, try and go for mass Lings early on, Hellions are the perfect counter for that, and Hart should be able to hold on without too many worries. So we'll just have to see what comes out. Petraeus is building a crap ton of Lings, so as long as Hart gets those Hellions out there, I think he should be fine in the early game. So we'll just have to see how that comes out. Ling speed almost up, a ton of Lings coming out. Petraeus not focusing on his macro at all, so he's looking like he wants to finish it early. The Hellions are coming out. Pushing out, he's might want to put on his Sixth Sense hat or his Psychic hat or whatever it is, and push the Hellions behind the supply depot, because right now you do not want them out in open space. Petraeus will simply demolish them. There he goes, Lings coming in. Hellions not in the best of situations. One of them does go down, but the other one is going to be there. He's going to take out the Lings. Falling back, raise the supply depot, raise it, does raise it. The second Hellion is going to get taken out, but he should be safe up the top. You might have to just lift up this orbital command, just take the losses with the workers. Do not try and save the workers. Oh man, he's actually pushing out here. Pushing out, and Petraeus is just like, you know what, whatever, I'm going for roaches. So he's managed to get the Roach Warren out while all that craziness was going on. Lings were obviously just a precursor to the Roach invasion. Building 8 roaches right now. He's not quite focused on the roaches as he was last game, but he's still going to have a decent amount of them out. And here we go. Hart has got 5 Hellions right now. I think he repaired one of them from before. And yeah, so it's a I don't want to use too much boxing terminology, but it's kind of like you hit somebody with your right, and then you look like you're going to hit him with your right, and then you hit him with your left instead. So he sent out the Lings. He's got Hart nice and scared. Hart built a ton of Hellions, and now he's sending out with the roaches. So he's building the roaches as soon as the Lings were getting destroyed, man. He was, in fact, before the Lings even got to Hart's base, he was already building the Roach Warren. So he was well in control. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He was going to go Lings and then transition into Roaches straight away to try and turn it around. We do have a Marauder coming out, so Hart has learned his lesson about the previous game, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. There we go. The first Marauder coming out, and it's hitting a Ling. Man, that is horrendous right now. Ling's coming out, took out the Marauder. Hart's just like, you bastard. You bastard. So, there we go. It's a GG, and Petraeus continues to steamroll his way through, man. What a play there. Really, really nice mind games. Sent out the Lings early on, because he knew, he had a fairly good idea that Hart was going to go for his normal play. So, harassment sort of order. So, you get the Reapers out, then you get the Factory, and you get the Hellions. So you saw the Reaper was out, he chased that away with his own Lings, decided to go for a ton of his own Lings, even got Ling speed, sent out all those Lings, enough pressure to get Hart scared. Hart built a ton of Hellions, but at the same time that he was scaring Hart with his Lings, he was building up towards Roaches, and when the Roaches came in, Hart had nothing. He had mass Hellion and a couple of Marines, and it was just an absolute slaughter, man. He just could not survive. And he had like a couple of Marines and they were hiding in the bunker, and Petraeus is just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to walk right past the bunker. Got in here. Very, very, very nice job. So there we go. Great stuff from Mr. Petraeus. Great mind games, great strategy, and he is moving on to the semi-finals against Iaguz. So, Iaguz. Oh, I still don't know how to pronounce that. I had it at some point, and then I lost it again. So anyway, coming up soon, semi-final Petrify versus Arthur, PvZ, and then Iaguz versus Petraeus, TvZ. That's going to be crazy, and we will see who makes it to the grand final. I'll check you guys out then. It's been Hairy Muppet. Hope you enjoyed this game.